This is Late Night Lee Talks TV. I'm Late Night Lee, and I talk reality TV dating shows such as The Ultimatum, Ready to Love, Married at First Sight, Love Island, Love is Blind, and The Never Ever Met, just to name a few. So if you do enjoy watching that type of content, then please go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out when I upload a new video. This is a new channel, so I do appreciate love and support. Please like the video and comment down below. If you comment, I'll comment back and we'll start a chat. Now let's get into the Ultimatum South Africa reunion review. I want to start by saying Salamina had on a beautiful mustard colored dress. I really loved her dress. I could not stop saying how beautiful it was while I was watching the reunion. Disappointed that her husband couldn't be there, but her dress is beautiful. Now, I don't feel like she did a good job at hosting this reunion. She did not ask the questions that needed to be asked. She did not press further. This is the time where you can press and where you can ask the questions because the show is essentially over. So it's no more playing Mrs. Nice Guy. Ask the questions because the sense is not being made. The math is not mathing. 1 + 1 is not equaling 2 here. So yeah, and I'll get into it because it's just frustrating. It's annoying because you're watching this show and you do really want to see happy endings, but this wasn't it at all. I do want to get into the looks. I really thought that, I was so happy that Courtney finally took her glasses off. Like, finally, girl. But yes, she took her glasses off and she looked nice. I didn't like any of the women's hair except for, shockingly, Kanya. Kanya had the best hairstyle. The rest of the women wasn't feeling it. And which is crazy because Tabby, I loved her ombre faux locks. I loved it. So that pink haircut she had, I don't feel like it was necessarily for her. It wasn't really lined up really well either. Ruth, I did not like the brown hair on her. Definitely looked like a wig, a lace front, or it just wasn't laid as well. I like Lebo's dress, not her hair either. And Caesar Kelly did not like her hair either. So, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I don't know. The wigs wasn't wicked. I just preferred the braids. The girls in Africa got the braids on lock. Okay, they killed. We all, even here, when you go to the African braiding salon, they tend to really do a good job. Of course, the arm and the leg hair, but so let's get into the reunion. If you listen to my review on all the episodes, I told you guys my prediction was going to be that Nola and Lebo would get back together, and they did. And I told y'all, that they were going to get back together. She was going to be upset. He was going to beg for forgiveness. And they were going to be back together. And they were. However, Lebo reveals that she's not happy. Now, here's the thing. So the reunion, of course, is now a year after the show was filmed. So you're talking about a year later. During the time of the show, they were together for 1.5 years. And now you're talking about 2.5 years, still no engagement, which makes no sense. You literally went on a show about getting engaged and getting married, and you did not at least put you didn't put any fire under yourself to get engaged. And I'll be damned if I go on a show saying that, I'm issuing my partner an ultimatum, and we leave the show and still a year later, no engagement. Like, what is even the point? It makes no sense. Please comment down below if you understand what I'm saying. Why would you go on a show where you're saying, I want so badly to get married to you that I am willing to end this relationship if you choose not to get married to me, but then leave the show and a year later still not be engaged? Not making any sense. And I wish Salamina would have asked, so like, why are you guys not engaged? But then Label does say that she's not happy. She does say that her and Isaac are friends, and they do talk a lot. So Nola is like, oh, wait a minute, what you mean you talk a lot? Like, what are you guys, what's going on here? And Isaac gets upset, and he was like, how could you, even think that Label would be the kind of woman that would cheat on you, And they just confirmed that they are just friends. But Nola says he's happy, and they're working on things. But again, a year later, can I just say something to y'all? I really want y'all to know that healthy relationships and healthy love does not require this kind of work. It really don't. It really don't. And if you know, you know. When you are in a healthy kind of love, it don't require this kind of work. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that things aren't easy. I mean, that things are just easy 100% of the time and that you don't have to make compromises, because you do. But the hell is all this we working on. What is you working on? Is you working on a marriage or not? Clearly not. But let's go into Labo saying that she's not happy. And Nola is surprised. And Labo pretty much says that she's seeing different sides of him and she doesn't know who's who. And she pretty much wants to end the relationship. She shocked him. Nola was surprised. He had no idea this was coming. But Labo is like, I'm tired, I'm done. And you know what it reminds me of? R. Kelly when a woman's fed up. And I really think that Labo was just fed up. She got back with him. She stayed with him for an additional year. But then again, she wasted her time for an additional year. And I really want women to stop doing this. Men as well. Stop doing this. When someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. We know the saying, but what do? We ignore it every single time. We know the saying, but we ignore it. When someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Labo knew that Nola was a flirt. The relationship should have been over when you saw that he'd be flirting with other women. He took you on national television. He embarrassed you. He slept with another woman multiple times. And like, it's just, why would you get back with him and waste another year of your life when you could have been, using that time to heal and to meet someone else like Isaac, who's also single. But anyway, you could really tell that Nola was surprised. Genesis had to go and, talk to him and comfort him. He's saying he didn't know this. But Lebo looks like she was really fed up. So we'll see. I mean, I guess we won't see because we won't get like an update on them afterwards. But yeah, you know what I think? So I think like watching him on the show and seeing how much he lied and, well, technically I don't know when they filmed. I don't know when they filmed this reunion. I'm wondering if they filmed the reunion after, the episodes aired. But if she watched him on the show and she got all of this, the negative feedback that came from it, I think that also was the deciding factor that pushed her into wanting to end the relationship officially. And also, again, you're still not engaged. Okay, so let's just move on from them. Let's get into Ruth and Isaac. Ruth, again, has no regrets. She moved on. She met somebody new, and she's good. Isaac is dating somebody new, but it's not 100% serious yet. And that's that on that. Now, Ruth. Okay. So the whole thing with Lebo and Ruth. Lebo was like, my issue is not with Ruth. But to me, you know that this show is being filmed for national television. You know that you're going to have to go back to your partner. Even if you are falling for that person, I don't think that you should have sex. Like I would never go on the show, but if I did, and if I found out that my partner had sex with somebody, it's over. But regardless, I do feel like Ruth was wrong for how she even told her. Not once, not twice, not thrice. Like, what the hell was that? Like, how she said it to her was wrong. To me, it just shouldn't have happened. You're supposed to get to know somebody else and decide if, you want different in a partner. But y'all having sex did absolutely nothing for y'all. Like, he pretty much left as soon as Label found out and got mad. They left the show. So it did nothing for Ruth but give her some. I guess she was horny and just wanted to, I don't know. I would have felt like, you just, in my personal opinion, I just don't feel like it should have happened. Now, I'm thinking that the Ultimatum, the queer Ultimatum, they were doing it. Child, I didn't watch that one, but I heard. But season 2 of the Ultimatum, nobody did anything. So, but one woman was talking about how she could if she wanted to. And again, it was just so disrespectful because you know that you're going to have to get back with your partner at the end of the 3 weeks. And I think there should be clear boundaries set. And yeah, I don't care for Ruth at all. At all. But the makeup and the lighting was really good. I did like that her like purplish lipstick. It was definitely giving like MAC. Was it heroin? Anyway. All right, let's get into the foolishness. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get Courtney and Aiden out the way. So Courtney and Aiden are engaged, and Aiden found a job. Hallelujah. Next, let's get into the part that the people that I feel like Salamina did not do a good job on. I know everybody loves Salamina and her husband, but I'm sorry, there was not a good job done here. Let's get into Tabby and Genesis. Tabby and Genesis had been together for 7 years at the time of the filming, at the time of filming the show. So they did say it was a year later, so we're talking about 8 years. They left the show engaged, and as of right now, they are not engaged anymore. Why? And her excuse, yes, I do mean excuse, we need to work on things. We have things that we need to work on, so the engagement is on pause. Okay, here's the thing. That is some BS. Y'all have been together for 8 years, and you still need to work. What the freak are y'all working on for 8 years? And here's the thing. As somebody who, I don't want to sound insensitive, so I'm engaged, and I'm newly engaged as of April. And we are looking into getting married next year. And we're not like officially planning in things yet, but we're looking into things. But again, we've only been engaged for a little bit over a month. So we're looking into things, and after that, we're going to start putting down deposits and making sure that we pick one date and start, getting the ball rolling so that everybody has a year or so to come to our wedding and all that good stuff. But I also have credit card debt, and I know that I don't want to go into the marriage with that debt. So what I'm going to do is for the next year, I'm going to 100% put myself on a budget to where I am paying my credit card debt off expeditiously. And I also have student loans, still going to pay those down. But it's not going to stop me from it's not going to stop my engagement, right? Like, my partner knows, and he supports me making sure I pay those things off before we get together. And that's also because we want to buy a house by 2026. So got to make sure that credit is good. But I don't to know what other things they're trying to work out. What are you like? What are you trying to work out? And here's the thing: for them to completely pause the engagement, to me that says if those things don't get worked out, then the relationship has to end. Right? So what are the things that you need to work out that is so pertinent that you cannot get married, that you can't even be engaged until you work those things out after 8 years of being together? It makes no sense. And Salamina should have pressed and asked. Because you're going to always have, life is going to life, honey. And life be lifing. And when you have a partner that can help you get through life and you help them get through life, that is a beautiful thing. My partner, he's going to pay the bills so I can focus on my credit. Right? So it's good. Like, he's helping me. Personally, I don't want to go into a marriage with my credit card debt. But honestly, if anything happened, like let's say I were to automatically just get pregnant, we're getting married right away. Courthouse, here we come. Chapel in Vegas, here we come. But like, life be lifing. I need to know, it makes no sense. What are these things that y'all are trying to work out that you can't even be engaged? Make it make sense, because the sense is not being made here. And Salamina did not ask those questions. And the questions, it's just, it makes no sense. And these questions should have been asked. What are the issues that you have that you can't even be engaged? Because that's giving, these issues are so bad, if it doesn't get fixed, the relationship will be over. So yeah, I'm done. Like, with them, it makes no sense. 8 years, like what was the point of coming on this show? What was the point? Caesar Kelly and Lindele, they were only together for 6 months. So, okay. But a year has passed. And he's saying, oh, I got to get... Well, okay, let me start by saying I'm not African, so I don't know about African culture or anything like that. But, I know that a man has to... Like, there's a bride price, and the man has to pay it. And, you got to get the families involved and stuff like that. So what Lindele was saying was like, okay, she's going to I guess he was trying to say that she was going to come over to his family and be a part of his tribe or whatever it may be. Again, I am not the expert on that. Don't come for me in the comments. But it's been a year. It don't take that long to work that shit out. It just don't. Like, come on now. And, I think Caesar Kelly was still rocking her engagement ring. And Lindele had a ring on his ring finger as well. He had a black band on his wedding finger as well. So I'm thinking they're going to say that they got engaged. That they got married. Like, yay, they got married, yay. No. He still wants we're going to work out the bride price or whatever it may be. And it's like, my guy, it's been a year. It's been a year. Again, Salamina needs to ask the questions. It's been a year. Why hasn't these things been worked out? It hasn't been a month. It's been a year. I can understand if this has been a month and it's like, okay, we are enjoying our engagement time. We don't want to rush. It's been a year. Miss me with the bullshit. Just miss me. Next, Kanya and Niketo. The biggest bullshit of all. These people had a goddamn baby. The baby's like, 4 months? Okay, so remember, Kanya said that her and Niketo hadn't had sex since September. So, again, I don't know when this reunion was filmed. But, so did you conceive right after filming started, or right after filming ended, or right after y'all got into your trial marriages for those 3 weeks? Did you conceive then? 9 months plus 3, a year. She said the baby was 4 months. So I'm guessing she might have already been pregnant. I don't know. maybe it was a little bit over a year since the filming of the proposals. But my thing is, ask the questions. The pertinent questions need to be asked. But also, y'all not even engaged? What is this? What was the purpose of this show? So you can get married, but you can't get engaged? Did she even have a promise ring? Did she have a promise ring yet? Child. Y'all not engaged, but y'all have a whole baby. This is what I don't understand with, especially the Black culture. We be jumping in them babies like it's nothing. Y'all, we want to have babies like it is nothing. But marriage, oh no, can't do that, no. And it's not because you're overly religious, but what, you know, when you have a baby with someone, they have the legal right to have access to that child. So even if you hate that person, you want nothing to do with them, they still have to see their child. And in order to stop those things, you're going to have to go to court. You're going to have sufficient evidence. Like, it's, as opposed to a marriage, y'all remember Risa Tisa and Why Did I Get Married? If that woman ended up, I'm sorry, that miscarriage was her biggest blessing, because if she had a baby with a man who is a pathological liar and might be bipolar, can you imagine having a baby with a man like that? Your child is a toddler who can't speak yet, or your child is an infant that can't speak yet. And this man could be telling you he got the child doing X, Y, Z, but the child really doing A, B, C, and you don't know, and you worried because he don't tell the truth and he a liar. And remember how fast, well, it wasn't fast enough, but she was able to get out of that marriage quickly because he just signed the documents and didn't really pay attention. He didn't fight. So she was able to get out of that marriage quickly. If they had a child together, it would not have been the same. He would have had visitation rights, parental rights, all of that. Y'all gonna make it make sense. Somebody has to fill me in these comments, because I don't understand why y'all have kids with people, but then don't be wanting to marry them, or it's after you have the kid, you know why? Because y'all have kids by accident. Right? Like, that's what, y'all just want to be, y'all want to be parents sometimes, and you think it's all cute, and oh my God, a baby is so cute. And then you start to realize picking the father of your child, the mother of your child, is nothing to take lightly. A marriage with no children, it can end. Even if you have like properties together or something like that, if you wanted to end that badly and you want to take a loss and, you know, give that person that stuff just so you can get away from them, it can end. But a marriage, in regards to like having kids, or having kids with somebody, if they want shared custody and they want this and they want, can't just pick up and move without, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I really wish that we would have more discernment in regards to who we have kids with. Now, of course, marriage is something that should be sacred, but I'm not ever going to tell you stay in the marriage if you're unhappy or you feel like that person isn't good for you. But there's something that you can do when you have kids. You have to. And you have to be around them. And when I watch a lot of Dateline. And you know what? I really would love to start reviewing some of the stuff I see on Dateline and, you know, ID channel. Comment down below if you guys think that's a good idea to have a channel like that or start doing videos like that. But a lot of times, unfortunately, when a woman ends up losing her life, it's because she was dropping off the kids. She was going to pick up the kids. and the guy decided to end her life, and vice versa, because men lose their lives as well from women too. So yeah, man, we have to have more discernment with who we choose to have children with, and of course who we choose to marry. But you can't be, oh, I wasn't ready for marriage. And I'm sure the kid thing probably wasn't planned. I would love to know, again, Salamina didn't ask the right questions. Did you guys plan to have this kid? Because Kanye said how she really wanted to be a mother, but that's why she wanted to get married first. Okay, did you plan to have this kid? And did you think having the kid was going to force him to marry you? And it has been a year. Why are you guys not at least engaged? Why are you not married? Sense is not being made. And I'm tired of it. Salamina, I'm sorry, but the dress was everything, and that was about it. Because the questions were not asked, and you had one couple who, well, I guess Susan Kelly and Lindele were also engaged. But you had, they're also still engaged. But you had essentially 6 couples, and only 2 are still engaged from the show. So it's a fail. It's a fail. But yeah, the right questions were not asked. It's so much left up in the air. Sense is not being made. And that's that on that. Comment down below your thoughts. Let me know if you agree. And yeah, if you comment, I'll comment back, and let's start a chat. This is Late Natalie Talks TV. I'm Late Natalie, and I'm signing out.